Okay, so let's talk about that card. What an interesting, one of the best cards of the year, if not one of the best cards um of the decade. It was really, really fun. We had flyweight coming out in like a big way. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited for the flyweight division right now. Um, it's actually looking even more entertaining than the division that's always kind of shadowed it, which is the bantamweight division. And now that the bantamweight division is kind of stagnated, and we're getting what Marab versus Corey Sandhagen, which we all know how that's going to go, and these different matchups that we don't really want to see while we wait for a main contender. Flyweight is having these absolute wars, and now we're getting a massive matchup in Van versus Pantoja, which is absolutely insane. I cannot wait for that fight. Now, before we get onto that, let's just talk about Ilia Topuria. What the hell? This guy is really, 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 really good at the sport. And where's the Makhachev fight? We need it right now. We need this Makhachev fight. I cannot stand here and say that we just lost Tom versus Jones. Okay, we just lost that super fight. The only other super fight we have right now is Islam versus Topuria, and that's what we need. I don't care how you get it done. If Topuria wants to move up to 170 and fight Makhachev, do it. Just do it. We need this fight, bro. This is the sickest fight, and we all want it. We all want it because we all want Makhachev to be KO'd. That's what's gonna happen though. I was doubting it at first, but now I'm thinking about it. It's Ilia Topuria is the next level. He's saying it. He's completely right. He's the next level. Oliveira, like I said, he went for the takedown. Topuria squashed it, but when Topuria was trying to get up, Oliveira was dangerous in that situation where he got the leg. He wasn't in at any point, but that is a dangerous situation for Topuria, and he handled it with ease and then paced him up on the feet. We all knew what was going to happen. First round, I predicted it KO first round for Topuria. And I predicted it. I knew this was going to happen, but when you see it happen like that, it's just different. It's actually spectacular. Um, Give Ilia Topuria a Spain fight. That would be awesome. The Paddy Pimblett coming into the arena was sick. I hate Justin Gaethje right now. Justin Gaethje said that he's not going to fight for anything but a title or he'll retire. Bro, retire. I don't care about you versus Topuria. He will knock you out in the first 2 minutes. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Bring me Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett is at least he's got that unknown. He had a really good performance against Chandler, and there's a beef there as well. I still think Topuria beats pretty much everyone. We need to see a next level opponent for Topuria to face to actually have some competition against, like a Holloway or a Volk, who actually gave him a bit of struggle on the feet compared to someone like Oliveira, which we all knew. Oliveira, he's a great grappler. He's great everywhere, but he's always had that problem with his chin. He's been dropped by Poirier. He's been dropped by Gaethje. And if you're getting dropped by those two, well, Poirier is just going to absolutely destroy you. And that's what we saw in this fight. He has unreal power. And honestly, if that power translates up to 170, which I bloody hope, because we need Makhachev out cold, bro. This guy, I don't care. But you know what? The thing is, I actually believe JDM's probably going to beat Makhachev. JDM's got a very similar style to Topuria, where it's very boxing heavy, but JDM actually has a very good defensive boxing, where Topuria likes to get hit a little bit when he's going for his aggressive, and he gets the KOs because he's more aggressive. He does get hit a little bit more than JDM would in that boxing exchanges, and I actually think JDM will um, probably piece up Islam, and that will be and Islam will probably, what will Islam do then? He'll probably walk back down and in sorrow to lightweight, and I think we'll see that fight then. But if not, if JDM does lose in alternate reality, I can see Topuria maybe becoming a three-time champion, and that's actually such a sick thing to even think about. He's brought entertainment back to the sport. We've had a pretty big slog fest this year. I'm not gonna lie. No event has made me come back and I was smiling. I love Oliveira. Oliveira is one of my top three favorite fighters. But holy, like Topuria, I'm numb to it now. When it comes to, he KO'd Volk, and now I'm like, okay, you can do whatever. Now I'm not affected by it. I just care about the fun of it, and it was fun. It was fun to see him do what he said he was going to do and knock out Oliveira in the first round. And holy, that was just incredible. So what I would love to see the Paddy Pimblett fight. Just give him the Paddy Pimblett fight. Give him the Islam fight if it's there. If it's not, I actually think wait for the JDM fight to happen, then book the Ilia Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett fight. If Islam beats JDM, if Islam doesn't, I think we just wait and we do Paddy versus Armin. We do Gaethje versus Hooker. If Gaethje doesn't want to fight, off you go, boy. Off you go. We're not messing around here, bud. Like, I ain't seeing you lose in the first or second round in the title fight again. I don't care. I don't have that attachment to you like I have a little bit of attachment to Dustin Poirier, or I have a little bit of attachment to Volk or Holloway. You know, I don't have that attachment to you. So you're not getting another title fight, bro. So just off you go. Go fight Dan Hooker or retire. Pretty much. That's how I see Gaethje right now. And Armin, you got to fight one more time. I'm not lying. I don't want to see if you are able to weigh in at this event, and then he said after, I can be the backup for Holloway, Dustin Poirier. No, bro, you're not gonna be the backup for Dustin Poirier versus Holloway. Get a fight signed, bro. Fight Paddy Pimblett in the co-main event. Let's just do the co-main event of um of the August card, which is Duplessis versus Chimaev. Let's just do that. And if we can do that's perfect. That's sweet. Let's do that. And then we've got that. Whoever wins that matchup, we've got them for the title. If Islam wins, then Topuria can verse them in December. Boom. And then Topuria fights twice this year, which is what we want. What we all want. Now, on to the next one. I want to talk about Pantoja. Pantoja walked through Kai Kara-France. This is what I kind of said. I didn't expect him to finish him. I expected Kai Kara-France to actually practice what Pantoja finished Kai Kara-France in the exact same way he finished Kai Asakura. If I'm Kai Kara-France and I see how Pantoja finished Kai Asakura, I'm practicing day and night to stop that from happening in my fight. And yet he didn't do that, and he paid for that, and it was really annoying. And I'm a New Zealander. I'm naturally a New Zealander. But oh my God, did I not want Kai Kara-France to win? Because the entire week, I'm not lying, it was just absolute cringe after cringe, forced moments. And Pantoja, he just has aura. You know, when Adesanya became champ, he had aura. I was totally behind Adesanya because he's a New Zealand champ. He's all about it. When it came to Kai, it was all this other stuff. It was the Maori stuff, which I love. You know, it's awesome. It's a great culture. It seemed forced on us. You know, it didn't seem natural. Like Adesanya, loving hip hop, loving DJ, doing the walkout, loving the anime stuff. That's all natural. That's him. It seemed forced with Kai. So I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit disappointed with his performance. And when he was coming out and he had this scrungy look on his face, like, Kai, you're a nice guy. We know this. And you come out looking like not yourself. And that's what happened in the fight as well. He got pushed to the fence and he got finished with a rear naked choke, which Pantoja is getting really, really good at. Let's go into the next one. Brandon Royval versus Van. This was the only fight on the main card that I got wrong. And, geez, did Royval put up a good fight. He really tried. He tried. That's my boy right there. Royval, I love him. And I did feel bad for him because in the press conference he was saying that he's the most disrespected fighter in the UFC. And I kind of don't blame him. Like, a lot of the fans don't like him. They always tease him. And he's just a cool guy. To be honest, like, he really does try to make fights entertaining, and he does have that dog. Since that Pantoja fight, he went into the Moreno fight, outdogged Moreno. Then he went into the Tataratara fight, outdogged Tataratara, sick fight. And then he goes into this fight with Van. And I didn't see Van doing that well. He was very patient, which I loved. And honestly, I can see Van actually beating Pantoja because if you watch that Ray Tashira fight with Van and his takedown defense, if he does the exact same thing to Pantoja, Pantoja's in for a really tough night, and that is going to be an absolute clash. And I'm so excited for flyweight. Flyweight, you know what? Get Kai France. Let's get him back in the win column. Let's get him against Manel Cap. I don't believe Manel Cap's winning that fight. Nah, don't believe it. And I like Kai France. I think he's a great fighter. And he's an entertaining fighter. So let's just get him back in there. Let's get that title fight out of our system, and let's keep pushing some more fights. I hate how Kai France is fighting once a year. It's not good. It's never good, and that's what happens when you fight once a year and you're on a one fight win streak to fight for the title. You're not going to beat Pantoja, who's on an absolute tear, and that's what happens. Finally, let's go on to one more. Moicano. What I say? I said he was going to get exposed on the feet, and he got exposed on the feet. I said he was going to get exposed with the takedowns. He couldn't get a takedown. That's how it goes. Beneil Dariush is just better than Moicano in every way. I knew this going in here. We all know this. I love Moicano. He's a fun fighter. But Moicano has got gifted, very, very easy opponents for his style. Jalen Turner and BSD are both stylistic, like, matchups for him that he loves. They don't have any takedown defense. Beneil was the first one that he's fought where, like, he's a genuine wrestler. He can genuinely stop the takedowns. And look what happens. Moicano kind of gets exposed. You hate to see it. I love Moicano, but it was going to happen, and I knew this was going to happen. So, nothing to say there. And finally, Payton Talbott. I said this. I said it would be a close fight. I thought it was going to be fight of the night, to be honest. And it was a close fight. It was a fun fight. And Payton Talbott, I told you, I said, Payton Talbott, I don't believe this young fighter is not going to be practicing takedown defense for half a year after that Barcelos fight. And what did he do? He trained takedown defense, but it's not just the takedown defense. He struggled with the double legs and single legs still. Barcelos only shot double legs and single legs. When he shot with a trip, Barcelos always got squashed. Felipe Lima's game when he's trying to take down his opponents is that trip in the clinch. And Payton Talbott completely shut that down and actually pretty much outstriked him on the feet. But although, what I will say is Felipe Lima surprised me with how good he was on the feet. He is a very good fighter. They both are. They're both going to go into the top 15 at some point in their careers. And I can actually see them being, Felipe Lima especially, being a very good top contender because he has that wrestling and he has that takedown defense. And Payton Talbott's just getting better. We'll see how he goes. I think they're both very, very good top contenders for the future of bantamweight. And bantamweight's always looking good. They've always got great contenders and they've got a stacked roster. Let's just start to get these fighters moving because right now bantamweight's a little stagnated with Merab as champ. He's kind of better than everyone that we want to see him fight. Anyway, I thought this was an amazing card. I cannot wait for what comes next for both Ilia Topuria, Pantoja versus Van is going to be sick. And I hope Royval, what I hope for Royval is I hope he fights someone that's not too far down, someone that he likes. I wouldn't even mind like a Manel Cap fight, like what was scheduled before. Give Royval a nice fight, and Royval, please don't go up to 135. It's not you don't deserve to go up to 135 in my opinion. You're too good at flyweight for that. Like 135 is not your way. 125 is where you belong, and stay there, bro, because you're great. And what I would do with Payton Talbott, personally, I would give Payton Talbott I'd give him a matchup that is more striking. I'd give him an easy matchup for his next fight, just because I think it's better to build his hype up again. He's proven that he's still there. He's still improving with this Felipe Lima fight. Let's just continue to build up his hype. Give him a few more unranked contenders, and then we can start to move on to ranked contenders and start to see him, because I still think he needs a bit of improvement. And finally, with Ilia Topuria, I've said it. I want to see Arman versus Paddy, and the winner of Arman versus Paddy gets Ilia if Islam does not beat JDM, or if Islam beats JDM. If he doesn't, book that Islam versus Ilia fight right now. Easy. All right, well, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.